Coming up on Good Morning Wilmington Live. Zip Code Wilmington Director of Corporate Partnerships, Lossie Freeman, stops by the plaza to talk all about Wilmington's Coding Bootcamp. Plus, CEO of Claymont Community Center, Allison Davis, stops by to talk about the center's upcoming 5K run. And award-winning saxophonist Fostina Dixon will be on the plaza to talk about and perform her new single, Leave the Door Open. This is an episode you do not want to miss, right here on DETV.
Good morning, Wilmington. I'm your host, Big Ive, the Talk of the Town, Mr. DETV, and I'm here with my lovely co-host,
Vincenza. Good morning, Wilmington, and good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Vincenza. How are you?
I'm well. How was your weekend?
It was long enough, but not short enough, if that makes any sense.
Right. It was a long weekend for many.
Yes, and I'm happy July 4th landed on Monday, but then I wanted another day off on Tuesday, but I think I was just getting greedy.
I think many people took the whole week off.
You
think
so?
I think so. I think a lot of people either made it an extended weekend.
Okay.
But that's my thoughts on it. But I'm glad to be back. Happy Hump Day. So excited. Wednesday, July 6th. I can't believe we are in July.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, June just flashed before our eyes, and now we're in July.
When was June, right?
I know, right? But July is the heart. I like to call it the heart of the summer. And there's so many things happening. But before we dive into all the exciting things that are happening in July, I would love to mention the awesome show with Kaylin and Matt. They did such a great job on Good Morning Wilmington.
Look.
My girl Kaylin holding it down, and then Matt, of course. Like, they did such a great job, and I felt like I was left out because they had some amazing guests.
Look,
I mean, super fun guests.
First of all, they didn't even mention us. All right,
We always mention them. We always mention them, but that's okay.
She's our floor director today, right? So she's like, wait a minute. But no, it was a great show.
It really was.
Right? It was an amazing show.
Yes.
I'm sitting there, right, and I'm like, wow. Like, all I'm thinking about is Good Morning Wilmington 2, right?
Yeah.
Or Good Evening Wilmington. So when the show was over, I immediately texted them, and I was like, great show.
Yes.
I text everyone, Naj, Dennis, we all was on a group thread, and I was like, amazing show.
Yes. No, it was
hats
a
off.
great show, an amazing guest. They had Grace Otley, the new Miss Delaware 2022. She was on the show, and I was really excited to see that. And then they had Aunt Mary Pat.
Oh my gosh.
So fun.
And Caitlin, what was the other female name? Stephanie Bote. A straight artist. Oh my gosh, her art is amazing.
Wow.
I really enjoyed it, and I think the millennials might definitely need that show. So we're going to put that show in the works.
I think so
fall.
I think that we like to change things up around here, keep everything new and exciting.
Flip.
You never know what to expect, so I like to say expect the unexpected, which is a tagline for something we will talk about briefly, but before we get, I know you might know what I'm talking about, but before we get there, let's talk about the fireworks show that was aired on DETV. I was able to tune in. I wasn't able to see it live, but thanks to social media and thanks to you, Ivan, you were able to show a phenomenal fireworks show. I mean, that was so neat. I mean, where were you standing?
Look, first of all, it was so crazy because this is our second year doing it, right?
Okay,
First year we had some technical difficulties, but our thing is you always come back stronger, right?
Very true.
I'm on my way. I went to St. Francis Hospital. Shout out to St. Francis for letting me on top, right? It was like 5 people only on this year.
Wow.
So I'm going in the parking garage, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go up, and the security that blocked off like the pathway to the very top, and he was like, Ivan, and I was like, it wasn't me. I wasn't there. I didn't do it. And he was like, come on up. So I went to the top, and we just saw that view of the city, which is just beautiful. And then when the fireworks came, I literally have to say, the people, the residents that live over on the west side, right? I think they beat the city of Wilmington with their fireworks. They were going from like 7 o'clock to like 12. You know, they were going hard, and I was like, yo, I know it was beautiful, but.
Yes. Well, thanks to DETV, your team, for allowing those who weren't able to leave their home to be able to tune in safely from the comfort of their own home to watch a phenomenal fireworks show.
And the city of Wilmington, Tina Betts and John Rago, they really helped out. They was like, hey, they called me, was like, Ive, can we do? And we was like, heck yeah, we can do. You know. So I'm glad that we partnered with the city to show some greatness in
Excellent.
this
It's all about partnerships.
That's what it's about,
well,
baby girl.
Going back to the tagline, expect the unexpected. If you know what I'm referring to, then you'll know what show I'm going to be speaking about.
Is it the $2,500 pyramid? I said 25.
No.
The $25,000 pyramid.
No, it is the Big Brother reality show.
Yes.
So I'm a huge fan of Big Brother, and I don't know if you know, but you should. We have a Delaware resident, actually, first time Delaware native, will be on CBS's Big Brother, and his name is Monte Taylor. He's a personal trainer and owner of Tailored Fit from Bear, Delaware. I mean, this is big. First time for a Delawarean to be on this big show. I mean, this show's been going on for 24 seasons. Again, I'm a huge fan. And if you don't watch Big Brother,
are you a huge fan?
I'm obsessed with it.
Well, are you really?
Yes, I'm obsessed with the show. So, okay, I'll share with you. So I actually was sought out to audition for the show many, many years ago. I had no idea what Big Brother was, the reality show. And a friend reached out who was recruiting and casting for the show and said, you'd be perfect for the show, Vincenza. And I'm like, I don't know. Leaving my family, not having access to calling anybody, I don't know if I could do it. So I auditioned with no expectations. And I made it all the way up to being a finalist. And
was it hard?
Yes, it was. So getting to that point, not even getting on the air, but getting to that point, they told me I had to watch every single season, every single episode, and study the entire show. So now you want to know why I'm hooked.
Okay.
So for weeks and days, I was studying the show, and I was getting physically fit and ready. So being physically fit, and and having the endurance. So Monte Taylor will do well.
Okay.
Because he's a personal trainer.
You see how big he is?
He's very
I went
fit.
through his Instagram, right? The dude is like serious.
Yes, and we wish him so much luck. So we'll be rooting for him here, and then when he wins, because we're going to manifest that when he wins the $750,000, we're going to have him on Good Morning Wilmington.
My man over there like,
Everybody's like, wow.
Can I sign up for the big little cousin? Jeez, I'm in. Put me in the game, coach. You know what I mean?
But anyway, more news to talk about. If you don't know, also in July, Delaware's plastic ban.
I saw that.
Yes, they reinstated the carryout plastic ban.
I think
so
it's
they
a
had
conspiracy. It's a conspiracy against
they had implement this. I want to say back in 2019, I believe it was, and then COVID happened and things got very complicated. So I understand they had to go back to the drawing board and polish it up a little bit.
That was right around the time that they didn't have any more coins. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy,
there was a lot going on. So they reinstated the plastic ban as of July 1st in the state of Delaware. So when you go shopping, wherever you go, make sure you bring your own reusable bags. We all have to do our part, helping going green, whether it's helping our environment, helping our earth. Just keep in mind that if stores are not following the law, because it is in fact now a law in the state of Delaware, that they will be fined $2,000.
Are you serious?
So, and I think that everyone kind of understands. I've noticed even before the ban was implemented or put in place, I noticed there were many people using
their own bags.
Yeah, their own bags. And what's nice about many of these stores and markets, they have reusable bags for you to purchase. So make sure you pack your reusable bags or leave it in your car.
Or you be in the grocery store just carrying stuff
I've done that. I've done that before.
Like a nomad. And next up, we want to talk about, a new career choice. We actually have two things to talk. Well, this PSA about a new career choice, and then zip code Wilmington coming out for a new career choice. But right now we're going to talk about, we're here with Hank. Hank, how you doing, Hank?
I'm doing great. Good morning, how you all? First, I owe you an apology.
What you owe me an apology for?
In a civilian capacity, Last time I came here, I did not smile, I did not laugh. I looked at the video when I was talking about my kidney transplant, and I want to apologize.
It's okay. Look, it's okay,
Stop
man.
it.
It's
You
okay.
don't have to apologize.
Hopefully the message got across.
He stopped me in the street. He was like, look, I was like angry man.
No, Hank, you inspired many, so please do not feel that way. We appreciate you for being so transparent about your story.
And just because we can do this, Hank, if you don't mind, just give him a 10-second, kidney transplant story, and just boom, go.
Kidney transplant story. So 2008, found out that my kidneys were only operating at roughly about 20% while I was on the job. Went through a whole process of doctors and information trying to find out what was going on. Was told I was going to be on dialysis in a few months, and my wife, who is my hero, my champion, was able to donate her kidney to me, and I'm extremely thankful and very happy to be able to be here today doing what I do. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hank. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
All right, now what you got going on there at the Wilmington Fire Department?
So today I'm in a professional capacity for the Wilmington Fire Department. On behalf of Chief Looney and the members of the Wilmington Fire Department, we're currently hiring and taking and accepting applications for the 42nd recruit class. Starting salary for the class is right now at $46,000. After you complete your 1 year, you'll be at roughly about $52,000. Before you can get to that 1 year, you have 14 weeks in the academy, in which the first 3 weeks of the academy, you will ascertain your EMTB, your Emergency Medical Technician Basic. Here's the caveat. You do not need to have any of these professional certifications upon coming aboard. You need to be 18 years of age with a high school diploma or GED. We would teach you and certify you in everything. So if you know anyone out there, male or female, black, brown, white, otherwise, please tell them to apply. If you have any questions or concerns, they can reach out to wilmingtonde.gov to fill out the application, and you have until August the 5th at 4:30 p.m.
Thanks,
Yes.
Hank. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
Love you,
thank
man.
you.
No, thank you.
Hank, and real quick, what is your position with the Wilmington Fire Department?
Right now, I am an inspector in the Fire Marshal's office. I'm responsible for public education and community outreach.
All right, I think we need to bring Hank on for some, just some good things that he need to tell and keep people aware of when it comes to safety in the homes. You good with that, Hank?
Absolutely. Bring me back
Appreciate
anytime.
you. All right, thanks, bro. I'm excited.
Yes.
Guest time.
Yes, my favorite part. All right, so let's talk about our guests. Our first guest is Lossie Freeman, the Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Dan Stabb, the Manager of Admissions and Professional Development. They'll be talking about Zip Code Wilmington.
And what is Zip Code Wilmington?
Yes, we'll talk about that right after the commercial break. But then we have our two more interviews. We have Allison David from the Claymont Community Center, and then really excited for this one, Fostina Dixon, award-winning saxophonist.
Oh, she was killing it when she was warming up.
Yep, really excited about that. So let's take our commercial break so we can dive into our interviews.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with Lossie Freeman and my main man. You ready?
Dan.
And my man Dan.
Let's
I love
go.
Dan. All right. Dan is dope on Zip Code. On LinkedIn. He's really dope. All right, we'll be right back.
Coming up on the Plaza, Zip Code Wilmington's Lossie Freeman.
DETV has been Delaware's premium provider of creative digital and broadcasting solutions that bridges communities and connects people. We create great stories for all audiences. We deliver independent news throughout Delaware. We are digital platform innovators. And we develop marketing and sales solutions so you can stay connected to your audience. Now, why do we do what we do here on DETV? We do it because we care. So, keep watching and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Remember, DETV, online, on air, on time.
The day I got arrested was a blessing because it was the end of one chapter of my life and it was the beginning of another. I deserved a clean slate.
Now that clean slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented so qualified people will get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslatede.org.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
Welcome back. You ready?
I'm always ready.
All right, let's start. Let's have it. Lossie Freeman and Dan Stad from Zip Code Wilmington is in the plaza. No, on the plaza.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm just.
That's all right. That's all right. In the plaza, on the plaza, but they're here.
They're on the plaza with us. Welcome you two.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Zip Code, I've been a fan for years. All right, and for the people that are not familiar with Zip Code, can you tell them, what Zip Code is?
Would love to, and that's why we're here. Really, first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to be on the show.
Of course.
I love the energy. You guys are fantastic. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
From fangirl to guest.
That's so fun. Thank you. We appreciate that. But that means that we are more excited to have you on the show, but even more important to get the word out. And what is Zip Code Wilmington?
So Zip Code Wilmington is a coding boot camp. We are a nonprofit coding boot camp. We're located right here in the heart of downtown Wilmington. We're in the Nemours building, which is where the mill space is, if anyone's been there, right above the Starbucks. And we have been around since 2015. We were started by 3 local business people. So we're a software coding boot camp. So people who are programming your phones, all your technology, all the apps, applications that you use on your desktop to whatever technologies, the Internet of Things, those are all coded by people. So we run a software development boot camp and a data engineering boot camp. So data is powering the world. There's so much data, we're drowning in it, and you have to have people who are able to process it, clean it, transform it, and make it usable for businesses. So that's what we do. We run 2 12-week boot camps for each of those tracks, the Java track, and Python is the programming language for the data engineers. So within 3 months, we transform lives. Really about our mission, which is...
And I'm sorry, I know I was saying before the show started, Ivan, I had no idea what Zip Code Wilmington was.
Right.
And as soon as Lossie walked in, I said, I'm so excited to have you on the show because I had no idea about this nonprofit organization that was located in the city of Wilmington and that it was available to so many. And you did mention some really, really neat things that I want to share with our viewers as we continue the conversation. But before we dive into all that, let's talk about the admission process.
Sure.
Because I feel like that's really imperative.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things we stress is that you do not have to have a coding background. So many of our students have never touched coding before they entered our boot camp. Now we do have an application process, which does involve a coding and math assessment, but we do provide free resources to get prepared for that assessment. We also have a group interview, and we just want to see how you work in a team environment. And then we have final interviews with our executive director and our director of education as well. And applications are open through July 31st for our October cohort, and our October cohort is October 24th through January 20th.
Now let me ask you. Now it's easy to say back in 1980 coding is the future, right? But it's the future here in Delaware now.
It's the present.
It's the present, right? It's the present. Now, how much can someone make? They go through the whole assessment, the program, the whole thing, right? We talking about 3 months? 3 month boot camp, and they leave with a certification, right?
Not exactly. Most of them leave with a job. So let me back up.
Wow.
You mentioned something really key when you said that in the 80s, technology was projected to be the thing, and it is now. Everybody knows that Wilmington, the state of Delaware for the most part, but Wilmington is a banking city. Let me hit you with this. JP Morgan, people think of as a bank. JP Morgan classifies itself as a technology company.
Do they?
They are a technology company. And so all of those, a lot of industries, a lot of companies that we thought were doing something else are actually tech firms. And so training a workforce and retooling the workforce that we have.
I'm in shock right now. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
The CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, came out and said, we are a tech firm. Their tech investment, I don't know if it's equal to, but it's pretty close to that of Facebook, Meta, you know, some of your large, well-known technology firms. So we want to make sure that we have a workforce that's ready to take these jobs, that can take advantage of these great salaries, and have an interesting career. Right. Who wouldn't want to be on the back end of the technology? We're all users and consumers. That's right. But how do you get on the other side of the screen? Right. And so that's what we're doing here is we are training people so that we can maintain a nice industry here. Companies, before they determine anything else about sites or where they want to be, they want to know, is there a talented workforce that they could move to Delaware?
Wow.
So we're all about helping the community, helping our economy, the region.
Right.
Not just the state of Delaware, but I consider it the greater Wilmington area from Northern Virginia to New York City. Like we can take all of that. And so having a really great workforce is imperative to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So is there a cost to enter zip code Wilmington and take advantage of the resources?
Yes, so the overall cost to students is $12,000. So if they're admitted into the program, they pay $6,000 up front. The other $6,000 is paid after completion of the program. However, there are a couple caveats to that. If a student is hired by one of our hiring partners and works with that partner for 6 months, the partner pays the balance on the student's behalf.
Okay.
Otherwise, we don't ask for payment of that $6,000 until they find a full-time job in the field for which they were trained.
I'm going to clutch my pearls right now.
Oh, it's about to get better.
Okay,
it's about to get even
better.
Dan.
Go ahead.
And one more thing.
And one more thing.
So we are very honored that we are the recipient of a $4.5 million grant from the Office of Governor John Carney, where for $1.5 million a year, we have students who are residents of Delaware who are low income who could receive scholarships to take our program completely free of charge.
Oh, that is amazing.
And that's what I was hinting to before because Lossie had told me that and I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is amazing that students will be able to attend zip code Wilmington for free.
So, okay, I'm going to give it to you.
And walk out with a job.
And work with a job. Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yes. Okay, let me give my little PSA real quick.
Hold on.
If you are sitting at home unemployed, you need to sign up for Zip Code Wilmington. You do not need any experience. Just go, do the assessment, do the boot camp for 3 months, and sign up. You might be eligible to go for a free ride and come out making how much, Lossie?
Pete, we take our students from an average of about $26,000 a year to $76,000 a year in 3 months.
That's it. We don't have no more for this. We're talking. Back it up. Click the link below. Sign up. Like, subscribe, and follow. Oh my gosh.
But it's not just for unemployed people.
Right.
This is an upskilling, reskilling thing. I'm in my mid 40s. We're going to work a long time.
Yes.
And so many of us are going to be career changers. We're projected to change our job many times, especially with the rate of advancement of technology. You're going to want new skills. So we're really taking people, our average student age is 35.
Wow. And those are people who are changing their careers.
These are people who are changing. These are grown-ups. These are adults. These are people with responsibilities and bills who really see the value in this, who know they're going to be working many more years and want to do something interesting and exciting.
Interesting and exciting. Can you tell me like a success story from someone that changed their careers and someone that brand new to the market? Yeah,
I'd love to. The story that jumps out at me, and it's really the heart of why we do what we do. We're a small staff, but each and every person, we love Zip Code. We're committed to this mission. I have a student that came. He was an Amazon package delivery person, young African-American man, had the most wonderful attitude. He put his whole life on hold, saved his money up to be able to participate in this 3-month boot camp. And he came in and he saw that the cohort was having a little bit of struggle. They were having a hard, it's difficult, it's a challenging program. That's why we do it cohort based so that people help each other. And he said, you know what, I did not come here to fail. Every single one of us is going to cross the tape. And he organized everybody to come in on the Saturday, on the weekend, and figured out what people's strengths were, like you tutor for this and that. He had his final interview at JP Morgan Chase. And in the last question, they'd already determined they wanted him because he was just amazing. He won our Augustine Award, which is an award given, not every cohort, but to a really outstanding student who demonstrates leadership. But in that final interview, they asked him what did he really want to do eventually, and he said, I want to be a Scrum Master, which is sort of a drum major for a technology group. Like they get everybody together in the morning, and they hired him. They gave him an offer as a Scrum Master,
Mm.
which usually you got to be
Yeah.
on it some years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. See, and
Changed his life.
And
Changed his life.
And that's what it is. You know, you might be scared to make that change at the age of 30 or 35 because you're already set in your ways. And I
Right.
always stress this: we're creatures of habit. Yeah. And when you're comfortable with your everyday routine, you went to school, if you didn't go to school, but you jumped into your career in your 20s and you've kind of just settled with that, you get to your 30s, it's scary to make that transition, especially of that caliber. And right there, boom, he took the risk, and I'm sure that he is doing very well.
Yeah, I'm
to
happy
this
for
day.
him. Congratulations, man.
Yes,
If you're watching.
congratulations.
When is the next information session for Zip Code?
The next information session is a week from today at 6:30 p.m. You can sign up at zipcodewilmington.com/events. It's a virtual admission session at 6:30 p.m. Go through the whole nuts and bolts of the admissions process, the program itself, and it's an open forum, so anybody can come in, ask any questions that they have about the program.
You know, and fun fact, little Ivan signed up for Zip Code.
Really?
Yeah, he really did.
Recently?
Recently.
Yeah, recently.
Oh, that's wonderful. So we can have him on the show
After he
goes,
finishes.
after he finishes, goes through the boot camp, and then he can touch on it. You never know, might be the face of Zip Code Wilmington.
Hey,
Here, Good Morning Wilmington.
Is there anything else you want people to know about Zip Code? Because
There's
I
so
think
much to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll start. The thing that jumps out at me and why I came to Zip Code is that we're a nonprofit coding boot camp, but we are very different from many other nonprofits. We're a self-sustaining nonprofit. So the model that Dan mentioned, that our students pay a portion of their tuition up front, but then on the back end, those corporate partners pay the balance. So my job is to get corporate partners who want to hire those students. So out of our 500 graduates, we have an 86% employment rate within 6 months to within 6 months a year. The last two cohorts last three cohorts, we have almost 100% employment rate.
Wow.
The very last cohort, 100% of people hired from the Java cohort within 3 weeks, earning an average of $79,000.
So that sums up my question: the future of Zip Code. Needless to say, it's here to stay.
Yes.
It's here to stay.
As long as we're needed.
As long as
I think
we're
there
needed.
is a need.
Shoot,
Oh, yes.
with those rates,
Yes.
I mean, with those stats, I love it. Turn to your camera, right? This is your camera right here.
Oh.
and you got 30-second commercial. Go.
Zipcodewilmington.com. We are not too good to be true. Many people have this image that it couldn't be real. It is very real, and it's happening right here in Wilmington, Delaware. There's an amazing opportunity that you can partake in and take advantage of. We would love for you to come and be a part of our family. Over 500 graduates strong, a huge alumni community. Dan will tell you about the next opportunity to enter the next cohort. We would love to see you. We will be there to support you every step of the way. As you can see from our financial model, your success is our success. We are committed together. We couldn't do this if we weren't successfully producing students.
Yep, so apply today, zipcodewilmington.com/apply-now, and this is your opportunity to change your life.
That's our community camera. Forgot to tell you.
By the way, but I think Lossie knew that. She
Right.
Good Morning Wilmington and of us, so she knew.
She knew.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
my camera.
I had no idea what we were looking at.
Yeah,
I was just looking at y'all.
And that's okay. And that is okay. No, that we appreciate you coming on the show. We appreciate you sharing with our viewers what is Zip Code Wilmington and the resources that is available to anyone and everyone. So thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
good luck with
All right.
everything.
And we'll be right back. Make sure you go to zipcodewilmington.com
Yep.
to sign up today. And we'll be right back. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. With the CEO of the Claymont Community Center, Allison David. Cool?
Yeah.
All right.
Stay tuned. Claymont Community Center CEO Allison David is up next.
How did DETV start and how did you get here?
DETV started approximately 10 years ago in the basement of my home. I had an idea to show people of color doing great things, but what happened was I got to the point that I said, I'm gonna just show people all together doing great things. The motto and the moral was to bring people together instead of using media to rip people apart. And doing that, you know, I just did a lot of hard work, a lot of free stuff, a lot of things of just showing people being themselves. I figured that media, and I saw that media wasn't doing that, so I just decided to give it a shot, not knowing that it would bring me to where I am today. I had a great journey doing it, met some amazing people, did some amazing things, worked on some amazing projects, you know, and with just a lot of hard work and a bunch of sacrifice, I'm here today. I done worked on everyone's campaign in the state of Delaware, and now, you know, I'm just doing what I do and doing it with friends. My biggest accomplishment right now would have to be this, hands down, without a doubt. We want to make sure that we inform the community wholeheartedly. So again, they can have all the information that they need. For more information, you can find us at detvch.com. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook under DETV. Be sure to check us out. Tell me what you think.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We have our next guest with us, Allison David she's the CEO of the Claymont Community Center.
That's a tongue twister.
I know, CCC, Claymont Community Center. Welcome, Allison. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Share with
having me.
everyone, what is the Claymont Community Center?
I would love to. The Claymont Community Center is a nonprofit in Claymont, Delaware. And it's a funny story that you said the 3 C's. We typically say, we call the place C3. And we typically share C3 moments that display our mission. Our mission is to enhance the community by addressing the human needs of wellness, belongingness, and esteem. And really what that means is community.
Right.
Because that's what we are. We're a community center. We have a ton of programs that we offer. We also have 15 organizations that work in our building. So we are really serving people across the lifespan, from very young to very mature. And it's just a wonderful, unique place
Beautiful.
That I love.
Now, how long has the Claymont Community Center been there?
Sure, we've been there since the late 70s.
Right.
So we've been an anchor in that community, and we serve Claymont, but we also serve, most of North Wilmington.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't, they don't know about us. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. And so anytime I get the opportunity to share what we do, it's really wonderful for me.
Yes, and where is the Claymont Community Center located exactly? Because I know you mentioned North Wilmington, Claymont area, but give us some landmarks, because you said not many people know about it.
Right, so we're on Green Street, just a block off of Philadelphia Pike. We're actually right next to Claymont Elementary School, which is pretty cool because we have a partnership with them. One of our signature programs is our Empowered Youth Program, and we're serving kids in 4th through 8th grade with free after-school programming, and we have a summer camp that's going on right now.
Nice. Now, outside of that program, what other programs do you offer?
Sure. So in addition to the youth program, we have a food closet that is serving over 200 families a month with additional food support. We have a learning center that helps people get their, brush up on their adult basic ed, get their GED, work on a diploma, and we also have a senior center for adults over 50. So again, that sort of lifespan services, makes us pretty unique. And whenever we have opportunities for the kids to be with the seniors, those are sort of the magical moments where, community kind of happens very naturally.
Beautiful, I love it.
Now, how long have you been a part of the Claymont Community Center, Allison?
So I've been there for 5 years. It was 5 years last month. And like many people, I didn't know about the center. And when I got there and started learning about it, I kind of fell in love. Because, I think it's a place where people can come because they need something. Maybe they want to brush up on their skills. Maybe they need food, which is a very humbling experience. But maybe they just want to come because they want to be part of the community, because they want to use the facilities. We've got beautiful gyms. We have a football field. We have a quarter-mile track. We have 2 baseball diamonds and a dog park.
Yeah.
It's a 10-acre campus. So there's a lot of opportunity. We have lots of events for
You have a compound.
families. I do. I love it.
And please forgive me, I was just thinking, can residents of the area rent out any of the space or
They can.
organize an event? Okay.
They can. So, groups of people rent our gyms. We have a group of older guys that rent the gym every Monday for basketball. People use our meeting space. We have lots of baby showers, lots of things like
So
parties.
for any occasion, that's
Any
really
occasion.
nice that you're open to all, not just sporting events, but you can have an event that maybe is for, like you said, bridal showers or engagement parties or just a family gathering.
Yep, absolutely.
Which is really nice that you're offering that for the community. Now, do you have to be a member to take advantage of all the resources?
You don't. We don't really have membership. We, are open to the community. People can just check us out online. You can call the main, our main number and learn more about it. We love visitors.
Okay.
We love when people stop by.
We're going to stop by.
Yes.
We're gonna stop by.
Absolutely.
We're going to rent the track.
You're going to run the
We're
track.
gonna run the track.
Speaking
I'll
of
watch.
the track, so you can prepare. You can come prepare for our 5K, which we're having in September.
That was something.
See
we
what
were
I did
gonna-
there?
I saw that.
That was good. So, Good Morning Wilmington with Allison.
Right,
David.
right.
Allison, tell us about the 5K that you have
Right.
coming up.
So the 5K is actually an event inspired by one of our board members, who's a physical trainer and just a specimen of fitness. And he is deeply committed to kids and to developing kids and wellness in general. And he said, I think we should do a 5K. We can raise money for the youth program. And we started that 4 years ago. This is our 4th one coming up. We had a great first event, and then COVID happened. But we were able to do it virtually 1 year and sort of in a safe way last year. So this year, September 24th, is our 4th annual 5K. And it's going to be a great event. It's a great course. It runs through the neighborhoods around the center. It starts and ends right in our front door. So it's really great. It's a great community event. A lot of people walk, they run, whatever. And when people are running through the neighborhoods, people are out, they're cheering for the runners and cheering for the walkers. And so it's just a great event.
It's very uplifting.
It
I've been a
is,
part
it
of
is.
events like that where I wasn't running in the event, but I was a cheerleader on the sidelines, cheering for everyone. And it's truly, it's rewarding for me being a spectator, but it is uplifting for the runners and walkers. So I think that's a great, all is welcomed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it.
Lots of families come out and cheer people on, and I bring my family and I make them work.
Right. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. All right. Now, Allison, you have to tell me, right? I'm doing some research, stalking, right? Your recent trip to the White House.
Yeah. So the Claymont history, I keep saying it's special because it really is. So the Claymont Center operates in the original Claymont High School.
Right.
And why that matters is because in 1952, a legal decision allowed 12 African American students to come to school in what was all-white Claymont High School. And that was very meaningful because it actually happened 2 years before the Brown versus the Board of Education decision.
Right.
So the Claymont story is part of the Brown legislation. So I think that, when we tell people that, I want people to know how deeply important that place is, and how deeply important that history is to right now, to the conversations we need to have about what communities are, how people treat each other. So that's really important to me. It's really important to my staff. So Senator Coons and Representative Clyburn had pushed for legislation for the other sites that are in the Brown legislation to become affiliates of the Topeka, Kansas site.
Nice.
And so now our location is an affiliate. And that's tremendous,
Right.
because now we'll be able to really devote resources to telling that important story. We were really blessed to have the opportunity to go to the White House. I brought with me one of the original Claymont 12,
Nice.
a woman named Joan Anderson, who lives in New York City by herself. She took the train down and we went to the White House, and we were actually in the Oval Office with President Biden for the signing. So
Right.
it was,
Oh,
it's
nice.
really on my like top 10 work
Yes.
days.
Okay,
You know,
right,
it really,
right.
it was amazing. It was
It was,
amazing.
it was a memorable day for you,
It
your
was.
team, and for,
Yeah.
I'm sure, the Claymont Community Center.
And for Joan
Yes,
to have
yes.
been
Yes.
one of the first African American students to integrate.
Right.
And I always ask her, like, what do you want people to know about that time? Especially now. And she said, I want people to know that, like, desegregation happened because people wanted it to happen, that communities were working together, white people, black people were working together. And she believes, and she's my inspiration, that that can happen again if people are really talking to each other.
Right.
So as much as we love social, you know, and social media, people need to talk to one another. And the Claymont Center is the perfect place to do that.
Love it, love it. I tell you what, this is the community camera right here.
Okay.
Tell everyone what you want them to know, invite them to whatever. You got 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
So the Claymont Community Center, 3301 Green Street. Please check us out on our website, claymontcenter.org. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. It's a place that we want people to feel comfortable coming to because they want to be part of the community. We would love to have you, and please sign up for that 5K Saturday, September 24th. You can sign up on c35k.com.
Oh, she's done that before.
Yes.
She did that.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank you.
so much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course,
No.
of course. We're going to visit you at the
Absolutely.
Claymont
Yeah,
Community
and we
Center.
need
have
to-
You're
to-
training for the
Yes.
5K.
Yeah.
Yes! I'm in.
Yes, you're in.
That 5K is a fundraiser? Is it a
It is.
fundraiser?
Yes.
It
Okay.
is. It's a fundraiser. We need walkers, we need runners, we need business sponsors.
Okay.
There's plenty of opportunity, and it's all on our website.
Okay,
Excellent.
all right. We'll make sure we'll check that out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, you ready?
Oh, yes.
All right, we have a nice interview and then a performance coming up.
Yes,
So
I'm
I can't
excited
wait.
about this one. This
All
one's
right.
super, super fun. We have Fostina Dixon. She's an award-winning saxophonist and acclaimed recording artist. So excited to chat with her. I'm even more thrilled to watch her perform live here at Good Morning Wilmington.
On the plaza.
Still to come, award-winning saxophonist Fostina Dixon.
As soon as I got here, I just felt the warm embrace of the community, man. Like, what y'all got going on is wonderful. And no wonder y'all called the work group, because y'all putting that work in. For real, seriously, y'all getting the work done.
We are committed to creating the best Riverside we can with the community, for the community.
Let DART do the driving. DART First State provides transportation that is clean, safe, reliable, and affordable. Plan your trip and get real-time bus information with the free DART Transit app. Scan your phone to pay your fare with the free DART Pass app. So what are you waiting for? Try transit today. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
The Clean Slate Initiative is a national movement to automate the clearing of records that block second chances for tens of millions of Americans. Now the Clean Slate legislation has passed in Delaware, we must ensure that the bills are effectively implemented, so qualified people get the second chance they deserve. To learn more, visit cleanslatede.org.
Go ahead.
Welcome back, everyone. We have our next guest, Fostina Dixon, composer, vocalist, and saxophonist. Welcome, Faustina.
Welcome.
Yes, so
Thanks for
excited to
coming.
have
You
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Aw.
You guys are so effervescent.
Oh my gosh, all these compliments. We appreciate that. But
Appreciate it.
we
Thank you.
try our best to, first off, this is all genuine. This is how we are even off camera.
I believe it.
Very true.
I believe
And we
it,
always
yes.
want to make sure we exude that energy with our guests, especially when the camera is on, and not be someone different. So we appreciate that.
Because you met me at the door. Hi!
Yeah, right.
I was like,
Yeah. Didn't expect that. But hey.
Good morning. Well, Faustina, let's, I know we had a moment to chat off camera.
Yes.
But now that, last but not least, we have you as our final interview, and then we have an exciting performance as well at the end of this interview. But let's dive right into things and start from the beginning. Who is Fostina Dixon?
I'm from Newcastle, Delaware.
Okay.
People want to say Wilmington,
Right.
but the hospital was in Wilmington,
Right.
but I was raised in Newcastle. And Robert Lowry was my music teacher amongst a whole bunch of other music teachers. So I started competing from the time I was 9 years old. Playing classical clarinet, going up and down the East Coast in different compositions and competitions, New Jersey, and all of my mom took me all over. I ended up going to St. Mark's because St. Mark's had a jazz band.
Oh, wow.
And Delaware High School did not.
Right.
And so that was my beginning.
Wow.
Yes, and you are multi-talented. Yes, you are, and you play multiple instruments, but the saxophone is the instrument of choice?
It's the instrument that makes the most money.
Okay.
At least she honest.
For me.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to practice the flute and the
Right.
clarinet as I got older because the music business demanded more saxophone
Interesting.
or soloing and,
So there's a demand and a need for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
So where did music take you? You're from Newcastle to where? Because I think it's important for young musicians to hear, it can change your life.
Okay, so first it took me from school to school. So I started at Boston University in pre-med.
Nice.
So yeah, I was that girl too. And then I transferred to Berklee College of Music, both of them on full scholarships.
Wow.
So it's good to study and get your education and learn how to read and write.
Right.
And you might get a full scholarship.
Wow.
That's first.
Right.
And then after that, the gifts and talents that God gave me fell into place with my passion, and I love music, and it was a part of my childhood.
Right.
I love that you emphasized school first, then your gifts and passions. And I love that because it is important to go to school, educate yourself, enhance your skills. It's almost like you have a toolbox, put more tools in the toolbox, so when you go out in the real world, you're able to fight, survive, and thrive.
Yes.
And then on top of that, pursue your passions and your gifts.
That's
so
right.
I thought that was
Discipline.
interesting. You emphasized that.
Yes.
You say discipline?
Discipline
Yes,
is so
discipline.
important. Yes.
Who was your inspiration growing up?
So many.
I know coming out of Newcastle, it was a lot of red light, blue light
It was
parties.
a whole lot of people.
Do you know anything about the red and blue light parties? Red light, blue light parties was it in the black community.
Okay.
And you gotta educate, right?
Yes.
But stop.
I know.
So who inspired you growing up?
I don't know what red light, blue light
Oh, you
parties are.
No, remember back in the day, I remember the lights, right?
In the basement.
In the basement,
Oh.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's talking about the party thing.
Right.
Who was your inspiration?
Teachers, mom, my mother and father worked hard to allow me to do what I wanted to do. And teachers, and then later on the musicians, John Coltrane and Betty Carter, Abby Lincoln, Frank Foster, Marvin Gaye, but initially it was right there in the community.
Right.
That's right.
Now, what part of Newcastle were you?
The fabulous part of Newcastle, Oakmont.
Okay.
Back then, Oakmont
was different.
Yes,
it was different.
Yes, it was fab.
It was. Everyone was family. Everyone's family in Oakmont. You know, Dunleaf leads to Oakmont. Everyone's family. And you have a new single out.
I do.
Let's talk about that.
Leave the door open.
Oh, shoot. Leave the door open.
Before the cameras were on, we were doing a sound check. So
Okay.
we had the opportunity to listen.
Right.
And
with the door open.
With the door open. Wow. Faustina, I think our viewers are in for a treat to be able to listen to you play this song live for us. But what inspired you to create and write and compose this song?
Okay, so this is Bruno Mars' song, Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars, and I love those two artists.
Yes,
they have the old school with the new, you know,
with the funk,
they got the funk with the, you know, improvisation in their compositions.
Yeah.
And I love them. So to all my jazz fans, I have not given up jazz. It's just that I love this song.
Yes, I love jazz music.
Yeah,
and I share that with Ivan often when we have the opportunity to have guests who are jazz performers or musicians or vocalists. And I think jazz music, I mean, the Clifford Brown Jazz Festival is huge in the city of Wilmington.
Absolutely.
I mean, people from all over the world were traveling into town in the state of Delaware to take advantage of the Jazz Festival right here in Wilmington. And were you performing at the event, or did you attend?
I did. I came
I thought I
to
saw you
meet,
in the crowd.
Yes, I did see you. Ray said, there he is over there. So Delaware has a history for good jazz.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And there was a time when, you know, the streets were bombarded with jazz clubs, and some people can really tell the history. I can't because I was gone, but Delaware has a history for jazz music.
And speaking of jazz music, let's take a break. We want to hear you perform.
Yes.
Is that cool?
Yes.
All right. So we'll be right back with this amazing saxophonist. I'm ready. Ready, Miss Foster?
Yes.
All right. We'll be right back after this message.
Hi everyone, my name is Alicia Cooper Wells and I am an independent broker owner. We provide all of your financial needs from mortgages to insurance. We felt like the industry was missing diversity and inclusion, so what better way to fix it than to do it ourselves?
Hi, my name is Diamond Wells and I am WIG, Wells Insurance Group. We offer access to over 20 different carriers.
Today we wanted to provide you with 3 tips on how you can save on both your mortgage and insurance needs. Tip 1, good credit. We definitely know that there can be inaccurate information out there about you, so we suggest you visit annualcreditreport.com, which is completely free, to make sure that the information is correct and accurate.
Tip 2, make sure you take advantage of low mileage discounts, being as though people are working from home. Tip 3, make sure you work with a broker like myself who is able to shop you around. You can reach me at 302-504-6191.
Awesome. And you can reach me for your insurance and mortgage needs as well at 302-494-7712. We look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Look, I'm super excited because Fostina Dixon is in the building right now, and I want to make sure that before she performed, that you check out July 13th at 6:30 p.m. at the Delaware Theater Company, her album release party. Did I say it right? Boom. So make sure you check it out. So right up next, and I want to make sure that before she performed, that you look, Fostina Dixon. Check it out. So right up next. Okay, all right. Fostina Dixon, everybody. Look, thank you so much.
I have chills. I was jamming out in the background. I was taking video. I was excellent. Thank you, Fostina. That was amazing. Thank you for that live performance. Yeah. Well, I know we have to wrap it up real quick. Let's thank our sponsors.
DART and Newcastle County.
And Wi-Fi. And Balance Strength and
Fitness. What is this? Okay. And shout out to Ruben. Up next, Cooking with Ruben, Indian Chef on DETV. Make sure you check it out and follow us, DETVCH.com, and across the platform, social media platform. We'll see you Monday.